请出的呢是 Claudia 女士，她是 EALgreen 的总裁兼首席执行官。她所规划和执行的策略旨在为人类、企业和环境创造价值。EALgreen 是一个非营利组织，其通过独特的运作模式，既能为大学生提供经济援助，又可以减少浪费。Claudia 也是在芝加哥企业责任小组担任董事会的主席。她分享的主题是新经济、盈利、人类和地球。Let's welcome Claudia.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is my humble honor to be invited to speak with you today and to wish everyone a very successful summit. Today we are going to discuss a model for the new economy: profit, planet, and people. The world as we know it is facing significant challenges, whether it's poverty, lack of education, lack of access to health care. But rarely have we seen all the crises coming to focus at the same time. This is giving businesses an opportunity to rethink about the way in which they go to accomplish their business goals. It has given rise to a new economy in which social entrepreneurship plays a significant role. I would like to quote now Jack Ma, who has stated recently that in the past, if a business wanted to be successful, all you had to do was to find a good business idea. In the new economy, to build a great company, you also must look to find ways in which you can solve a social problem. This new economy requires that we have a broader view of what it means to be a business entrepreneur. We need to look at factors that go beyond profit. In fact, the Boston College of Corporate Citizenship just released a study that indicates that when businesses also focus on sustainability and also on their communities, they thrive. Their brands do better, consumers respond more favorably, your employees are more engaged, and you can make an impact in the community. This is why we need to think about redefining what it means to be successful in business today. Let's not be confused. Business is primarily built to raise capital, be profitable, and to make money, to return value to shareholders. But business success is no longer defined by just profit alone. We also need to think about the impact of our business decisions on the community. We used to think that the well-being of our communities, the people that work for us, with us, the places where we open businesses, the factories that we build, did not have to concern with the well-being of the people, because we thought that this was the responsibility of the civic engagement and the government. Now we must think about the impact of our decisions on the individuals and the communities that we serve. In particular, those who are most vulnerable. And women entrepreneurs have a special skill for being able to care about the community, as well as to have a brilliant mind for businesses that are often driven by passion and a purpose. So I am here to also share with you that when we think about the impact on the planet, our old definition revolved around the environment. It was about reducing waste only. It was about taking care of natural resources. Successful businesses today many of whom were present in the room earlier today, are having a broad spectrum. They are thinking globally about the impact of their decisions on the environment, whether it's on the forests that they have to cut down in order to build a building, or whether it's on the rivers and the water they impact for their manufacturing processes. We are thinking about environmental goals and think in terms of what it means to have a planet that we all share. When we think about sustainability, we are no longer just thinking about environmental impact. Sustainability in the United States at the moment is being defined as well as inclusion, diversity of your workforce. It is also being defined by giving women access to positions of leadership in companies. We must defend and protect those who are most vulnerable. And then sustainability also includes that for the supply chain, we are more focused than ever on transparency and integrity. These are now the values that businesses are having to build in their business culture, no longer just to make money, but to also think about the impact of our decisions on the planet and on the people we serve. We think at EALgreen, the nonprofit organization of which I am the CEO, and I will tell you more about what we do in just a moment, that sustainability is really like a tripod. It is achieving the balance of the pursuit of economic goals, environmental, as well as social impact. This type of model, which now requires us to have a broad spectrum and an idea about how to run a business, is giving us the opportunity to challenge all models. We come from a university background where we are taught the typical organizational structure. But the new economy requires that we think more broadly. We have traditional businesses illustrated here by what we call the traditional business. And we also have traditional social agencies, like a traditional nonprofit organization. We used to think that businesses, corporations, and multinational were only created to drive profit. And we also used to think that nonprofit organizations were solely dedicated to fix what was wrong with society. The new broad perspective in businesses today, the ones that are driven by culture and that are driven by engagement, require that we bring those two worlds closer together. Businesses that are thriving today are mindful of their purpose, and nonprofits that are thriving are successful at running their business. That is the story of EALgreen, a nonprofit organization that was started 36 years ago for the purpose of disrupting and innovating one aspect, very small but very important, of the supply chain. Let me just tell you what is the wonderful story of what happened 36 years ago when two entrepreneurs decided that they were very tired of seeing industrial inventory go to waste. They would walk into warehouses and they would see machinery and equipment that was collecting dust. And then they were going across town to visit colleges and universities, realizing that they did not have the money to support students who wished to go to college. These two entrepreneurs had a brilliant idea. They collected products from a donor, they recruited colleges and universities, and they needed one student to apply for a scholarship that would be created by exchanging surplus materials from the business world and repositioning that on the campus of a college and a university. They recruited a multinational company by the name of W.W. Granger, and they recruited a university by the name of North Park. I was the first student that they ever helped by giving a scholarship that was worth $5,000, which allowed me to go to college to earn a degree in economics. The business model that EAL implemented is quite simple compared to the giants that we heard earlier today. But not to be discouraged social entrepreneurship requires to scale ideas that at the very beginning appear to be almost a dream. People would say, that will never happen. People may try to dissuade you of a good idea that you may have. Do not let that steer you away. The entrepreneurs at EAL created a model. We invented a platform that exchanges surplus materials from business and replaces that into the colleges and universities, generating savings, which are then given to students, that the only thing they lack is the access to money. They don't lack the vision, they don't lack attitude, they're curious, they want to learn, but they just do not have the money to go to school. This is what this model achieves. EAL became what we will call today an innovation in supply chain. As it was mentioned a moment ago, there are stages in supply chain management. You have the early stage, you have the middle, and then you have the later stage. Our business thrives in repurposing obsolete materials that industry no longer needs and finds a new home for these products on campuses around the United States, on 46 universities that currently participate in our program. Many companies have many options for what to do with products that they cannot sell. With Amazon, that problem has become even worse because now we have consumers returning products. Not only are products becoming obsolete, they get damaged. Consumers change their behaviors. People are more interested in the newest thing before manufacturing is able to deliver. So the product that sits on a warehouse drains the efficiency of supply chain. By providing a meaningful outlet of these products, EAL solves the profit problem. Many companies are saving money when they are able to return products to us. We help solve an environmental issue, which has to do with limiting waste. And we elevate individuals, students that do not have access to money, so that they do not have to take a loan to go to college. But we have to educate companies that there are many different ways to solve problems. At the moment, companies send the product to landfill or they recycle. They can also resell. In a community or in a society where policy making allows companies to exercise corporate social responsibility through product donations, not only charity, companies can benefit by donating to an NGO or a non-profit organization. This is what is called the triple impact bottom line. We heard earlier by Leila from Italy one mention about the circular economy. Unfortunately today we don't have very much time to discuss the merits of what is also a new concept in manufacturing. We have gone from a linear economy where we make, use, and waste products to a more circular economy where trying to find new uses for old and obsolete products. In our short history, we have changed products that were going to the landfill into $18 million worth of scholarships for students with financial need. We have diverted 200,000 tons of products from becoming waste. And we have helped 16,599 plus one to go to college and change their lives through education. This is the profit, the planet, and people model. But we are not alone. We discussed earlier that every country, every community needs a framework. These are complicated issues the world is facing. Therefore, we are adhering and aligning our model to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. As some of you may know, there are 17 priorities for the world that look at things to debate later on about priorities for poverty elimination, good health, access to education. It is impossible for a business to try to tackle all 17. So we have aligned ourselves to 3 of these primary goals. Goal number 4, to provide quality education. Goal number 12, to address issues of consumption. And goal number 17, which is create partnerships, very much like what we are doing here today, to know each other's business and cooperate across borders. I believe that women entrepreneurs in particular, driven by passion, I saw that today, driven by vision and by the resources that the new economy in China is affording, you are at the forefront of change. We can do what no other generation has done. We have nothing to lose and everything to gain when we help the environment, when we help our businesses, and when we help the people who work, live in the communities in which our businesses thrive. Please join me in congratulating yourselves for being businesswomen that are changing the world. Thank you.